So I've got a quick sort of video today, maybe like 5 minutes long, just something about the solar siphon mod and how we can sort of triple our yield on orbs. We've added a few things to it. So the solar siphon mod, how it works is you get a couple of rapid kills with a solar weapon, which is going to spawn an orb of power. Weapons with incandescent on it, like Without Remorse, the Drang, something like that, or even the Callous mini tools, all going to help the cause, because that obviously spreads the scorch. So that all counts towards the solar siphon mod, and then we can add this to it, Ember of Wonder. Rapidly defeating multiple targets with solar ignitions generates an orb of power, and as we know, guns with incandescent, they cause ignitions, so do grenades. So just like that, with the solar siphon mod, we can like double, triple our sort of yield with the orbs of power, and you can go even further with that with adding exotics, like something for example like the Caliban's hand on the hunter, which scorches and ignites. So altogether it's going to work very nicely with the fragment and the solar siphon mod. So it's really a nice little way to sort of double, triple your orbs. And then we can even enhance that by adding mods like striking light while charged with light. Defeating combatants with melee damage or swords is going to spawn an orb of power for your teammates. So all them sort of working together, and you can be a walking orb machine for you and your teammates, creating orbs everywhere. So it's a nice nifty sort of way we can sort of incorporate it into different builds. You may be running a Star Eaters build or something like that, and this is all sort of working together. But if you stay tuned, I've got another little bonus we can do. We can sort of add on to it as well. There's a seasonal mod at the moment called flame harvesting, so whenever we get solar exotic final blows, it's also going to create a solar elemental well. So not only are we going to be creating all them orbs for us and our teammates, we are also going to be spawning infinite elemental wells for you and your teammates also. So altogether, it's a really sort of nice, nifty little setup. If you fancy trying it out, like I said, you might be able to incorporate it into some different builds, a Star Eaters build, something like that, where you're going to get loads of orbs, and it's just generally fits into a nice sort of support play build that you can just add on, so your teammates can get, like I said, elemental wells, loads of orbs. Stay tuned, I'm going to show you the full sort of breakdown, the full setup of the build, because I've got all sorts going on. So this is the sort of breakdown of the build now. Ember of Wonder is the sort of one you want to be running. Rapidly defeating multiple targets with solar ignitions generates an orb of power. I've also got on Ember of Singeing, Ember of Torches, Ember of Solace and Ember of Ashes. So that's the sort of setup with regards to the fragments and the sort of mods. I've touched on a few of them already, but the sort of thing you want to be doing to get the best out of striking light is becoming charged with light. So how I'm becoming charged with light is with two mods. I'm running elemental ordnance, which is going to spawn me an elemental well with grenade kills, and I'm also running melee well maker. That's the same thing but with melees. Get a melee kill, that's going to spawn me an elemental well. And then I'm running elemental charge, so when I pick them elemental wells up, it's going to make me ×2 charge with light every single time. So because I'm coming charged with light all the time with the melee well maker and the ordnance mod, you can take full advantage of striking light. So whenever you get a kill with melee or a sword, it's going to spawn your teammates orb of power. So as long as you charge with light, you can pretty much spawn elemental orbs of power all the time. And then the one that I showed you in the video is this one, flame harvesting. Solar exotic final blows create solar elemental wells. So not only are we going to spawn loads of elemental orbs, we can spawn ourselves and teammates loads of elemental solar elemental wells. Now the weapons I suggest running is something like Jotun, because that causes scorch and ignitions and everything like that with a catalyst. I've also got a machine gun with incandescent, but anything that's got incandescent in it, and obviously any solar exotic weapon, is gonna really sort of help the style of this little setup. So it's a really nice little build. I hope it's been helpful. Take it easy.